Hey folks, Tom, your Frugal Prepper. Kind of a quick video. In case you haven't seen my videos before, I used to be 458 pounds. I was extremely unhealthy, very diabetic, very high blood pressure, 250s, 270s systolic. I was on 300 plus units of insulin a day, still had A1Cs in the 14s. I had a knee that needed replacement. I had a torn rotator cuff that needed surgery. I was going blind from diabetic retinopathy, macular edema, and macular degeneration. I was in real bad shape. I had diabetic leg ulcers, all that. Today, I've lost more than 200 pounds. I haven't weighed in over a month, so I don't know what my current weight is, but I don't really care. I feel great. I'm getting stronger all the time. You know, I actually can see the muscles in my arms now. And man, what did I do to make all this happen, right? And a lot of people show up on my videos and are like, wow, you're looking good. Great work. And I'm like, that's great, but it really hasn't been work. That's the thing, is my whole life I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to get healthier. And I thought losing weight would make me healthier. And what I didn't understand is that I had to, hi Waffles, hi Kitten, I'm doing a video right now. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody, and then you have to get down. Okay. I always thought that, you know, losing weight would make me healthy. And what I didn't realize is that I have to get healthy and then I'll return to a normal weight. And to get healthy, you have to eat the right kinds of food. Now that can be a nice, clean, ketogenic diet with only whole foods, no refined keto cupcakes or keto breads or any of that stuff. And it can also be a carnivore diet. And I'm mostly carnivore. But like today for lunch, I had some green beans, some French cut green beans, and some steak, and I had some mushrooms with my steak. So I'm not 100% only meat. I still eat some vegetables, but you can live perfectly healthily and happily the rest of your life only eating meat, right? The Eskimos have done it for generations and generations, only eating seal. You cannot live happily and healthily the rest of your life only eating plants. You will die eventually, or you'll have to try to take supplements that come from animals. I see a lot of people show up on my videos and say, well, this is crazy. You need to see a nutritionist, and you need to eat a balanced diet, and you need to see a personal trainer and get more exercise if you want to get healthy. And that's just completely untrue. I used to try to walk and exercise more when I was really fat and diabetic, and it sucked. I had over a dozen nutritionists over the years that I went and saw, and they all tried to put me on the same American Diabetes Association diet with lots of oatmeal and whole grains and all these carbohydrates galore, and have you eaten bananas, which have more sugar in them than a Butterfinger candy bar. And it made me fatter and sicker than I've ever been. See, humans have only gotten fat and all these obesity problems relatively recently. You go back generations, we didn't have that problem. And we typically didn't do any work we didn't have to do. We'd rather sit in the under the tree in the shade than get up and actually do work. That's kind of normal. What does a lion do when he's not hunting or eating? He lays under the tree in the shade and sleeps. You don't see lions out jogging or lifting weights, right? In fact, no other animal on the planet does that. And no other animal on the planet is dying from cancer, diabetes, obesity, heart disease, dementia, Alzheimer's, all these things that we can associate with our diet. It's really, really simple. You need to quit eating seed oils and quit eating high fructose corn syrup and quit eating all of the refined stuff in boxes, all of your Captain Crunches and your white breads. You just have to cut that stuff out. And yeah, if you're not severely diabetic, cat, stop. My cats are going crazy. But if you're not severely diabetic, you can probably still have some fruit and stuff, you know, and be relatively healthy on that as long as you're eating whole foods. But if you're really diabetic and really sick like I was, you need to cut all that crap out and just eat meat. Then you can slowly start to reintroduce a few things after you lose weight and feel healthy again. And as far as exercise goes, you'll find that once you lose weight and you feel healthy, you'll want to do more exercise. I do more exercise than I ever have done because I'm doing work. I'm fixing 5 or 6 cars every night. I'm fixing my own stuff. I'm always doing something. I'm going to the amusement park. I'm always busy doing something. And then I use my muscles and I start to build some muscles. And, you know, I'm getting muscles up in here and stuff, right? And it just happens naturally. Your body just does it. You don't have to go to a gym and work out. I have been to a gym a few times and worked out, and I probably will again, but that's not a requirement. Less than 5% of the calories that you burn, even though we don't burn calories, we use food in different ways, not based on calories. But less than 5% of the energy that you use to power your muscles to do exercise. The majority of it's used by your digestive system, by your organs, by your brain, just staying alive, keeping you breathing. That's 95% of the food that you eat goes to that. So doing a whole bunch of extra exercise to burn off that Kit Kat candy bar, that just doesn't work. In fact, if you see somebody that's doing a bunch of extra exercise, but they're still eating crap, they don't ever lose any weight. They stay the same size. But you see somebody that's doing no exercise and they start eating meat and restrict their carbohydrates and really focus on keeping it clean keto or carnivore, the weight melts off of them. And they start to look healthy. They start to get rid of the really dark circles under their eyes, you know, and you just start to feel good and you start to feel healthy. And nothing hurts. I used to think that it was normal to just always be in pain. My back always hurt, my knees always hurt. I had to have 5 cups of coffee before I could even get it out of the house in the morning. You know, I would hobble into the bathroom in the morning and then hobble out to the coffee pot and wait on it to brew and pour myself a cup of coffee and drink that. Sometimes I put some cold water in the coffee so I could guzzle it down faster. Nowadays, half the time I don't even have a cup of coffee before I leave the house. I mean, more than half the time. I probably only have it 2 or 3 times a week. I don't eat it. I don't normally eat breakfast before I leave in the mornings. I did this morning. I had bacon and eggs, but yeah, a lot of times I don't. I'm not always hungry. I'm not always cranky. I'm not always having brain fog from having high blood sugar. I'm not always having to pee like crazy because my blood sugar is so high. I'm not polydipsic, you know. And it's just amazing that's all caused by eating the right kinds of foods. Nothing else. No amount of exercise, or diabetic nutritionists or counselors or personal trainers or anybody else is going to be able to get you there. It's up to you and what you put on the end of that fork and you stick in your mouth. And if you stick the right kinds of good, clean, low carbohydrate foods in your mouth, and you skip the donuts and you skip the cookies, you'll get healthy. It's just that simple. And there's a whole lot of people working against you, right? Because the big food companies make money, the big pharma companies are making money, the doctors are making money writing the prescriptions. They're all making all this money. They're just sucking the money away from everybody, right? Even people who don't go to the doctor, they're still sucking money away from you through the taxes that they use to give to the Medicare patients, right? They're sucking all that money away from you. They're living in their $1 million houses, driving their $1 million cars, and you get left poor and sick and tired and in pain, and you get to suffer a long, slow, painful death in which they chop your legs off, you go blind, you go into kidney failure, right? While they use that money to enjoy life. Don't listen to that crowd. Don't listen to those doctors. Don't listen to those nutritionists. Don't listen to it. They don't know what they're talking about, right? You need to eat clean, low carbohydrate, no seed oils. Seed oils are a really big part of this. Seed oils are what was making me go blind for macular degeneration, right? That includes canola oil, soybean oil, rice oil, grapeseed, all those oils. You want to stick with like bacon grease, lard, tallow, rendered duck fat, right? All their oils that come from animals. Yes, you can have some avocado oil. Yes, you can have some olive oil. But really, animal fats are better. So, I guess that's all I got, folks. Don't listen to people about how hard it is to lose weight, how much work it is to lose weight. It's not. The hardest part is giving up the carbohydrates. You're going to go into a carbohydrate withdrawal for a couple of weeks, and then you'll just come out of it and you won't even crave them anymore and you'll feel great. Once you're through that, it's really smooth sailing. It's really easy to lose weight and get healthy. And believe me, I am healthier than I probably have ever been in my adult life. So that's all I got, folks. I'll talk to y'all later. It's Tom, your Frugal Prepper.